Hello everyone, welcome to your English class. Today we will start a new lesson from your grammatical section, that is non-finites, or we may call in another name infinite. So what is non-finite or infinite? For that we should go for a discussion, because from where it is originated we should know about it. Now we will discuss the verb first. As you know, the verb is divided into two parts. As you can see here, I have marked here principal or main verb. Another will be auxiliary or helping verb. Now we will discuss today about this one. What is it? Principal verb. Now with example we will understand first. Suppose if we will go for that we learn grammar. It is very clear in that example. You can see here it is subject, it's verb, and it's object. Okay. Now, as you can see here, only one verb is there. Obviously, it will be main verb. Okay. Now, if we change the sentence into in that way, like we are learning grammar. We are learning grammar. Now you can see here we will get two verbs. Here it is one verb, it is also one verb. Obviously it will be object. Now here the question will arise, what will be main verb and what will be auxiliary verb. So here main verb will be learn, L-E-A-R-N, learn. Learning, so it will be the main verb, mind it. Okay. And are, what is just preceded by that verb, are, it is the be verb, so it will be auxiliary verb or helping verb. Okay, so you can see here that be verb are is helping verb, another will be main verb. Okay, now we will not discuss today regarding auxiliary or helping verb because it is not the topic of discussion today. Our topic of discussion, that is non-finite. So for that we should classify main verb or principal verb into two. What are they? First one, here first one will be, finite verb. First one will be finite verb, and here it will be non-finite. Non-finite, or we may call infinite verb. Now we have got the term. Today's topic of discussion, that is actually non-finite or infinite. So basically principal verb is divided into part finite and non-finite. So what is, to clear that portion, that non-finite, we should know about finite verb. What is finite verb? Okay, so let's discuss with example. Just like if I go finite verb, then finite verb basically that kind of verb which will change its form according to the number, person and tense of the subject. Okay, so we are writing, suppose example, Ram reads book. Okay, Ram reads book to learn. Or we may take another example, suppose we are watching this video to learn grammar. To learn what? Non-finite. Okay. Sorry. Now here you can see we are watching this video to learn. Now you can see here one verb reads, another verb watching. Okay. Here L-E-A-R-N. Now one verb you can see it is changing its form. Like reads, it is. If we will go for the plural subject, then it will be what? They read book to learn. So here one verb is changing its form. Here watching. Suppose if you'll go for Ram, then it will be Ram is watching. So are watching, it will be is watching. So some of the form is changing. Some of the form is changing. One verb, that form is changing according to the number, person and tense. One form, one of the verb here you can see learn and learn. That form of the verb is not changing. To learn. Okay. Next one, suppose another example we are taking. Suppose if we will go for suppose Ram. Now another tense we are going for. Read. Book. Read actually. Read, not read book. To learn. Here you can see another verb. Read. Now reads here simple present. That's why is added. Here it is simple past. That's why read. Now you can see here the form of the verb read is changing its form according to the it is present tense and it is past tense. And in past tense that change of form of the verb has been happened here. What is it? Reads to read. But in the same sentence we can see another verb learn that is not changing its form. To learn, here it is also past tense, that's still to learn. So it is not changing its form. So we may call here the verb which will change its form according to the number, person and tense. It is called finite verb, mind it. It is called finite verb. And one verb you can see here, that verb is not changing its form. It is called non-finite verb. Okay? Now I simply give you one example so that you can easily understand. You all my dear students, you all are playing the role of finite and unfinite sometime. Finite means finite means you are changing your form. What suppose uniform, what kind of dress you are wearing. Whenever you are coming to school, you wear a common uniform. That means what? You are playing the role of what? That is non-finite. Okay, whatever the situation of yours, you are coming to school with school uniform. Okay, so whatever your caste, whatever your gender, whatever your social status, financial status will be, but your uniform will be common. Okay, that's why you are playing the role of non-finite in the school. But you are playing the role outside. Suppose you are attending some party. It may be wedding party, it may be birthday party, okay, or you are attending some group together. Okay. So on that time you are wearing what? You are wearing another dress. You are not wearing school dress. On that time you are actually playing the role of finite verb, because each and every situations you are changing your dress. Is it not so? So here the verb we may get, some of the verb they will change their form according to the number, person and tense. It is called finite. And some of the verb will not change their form whatever the situation. It is called non-finite. Now we are moving. I hope it is clear to you. Now finite verb, finite verb is again divided into two parts. First one will be what? First one will be transitive verb. First one will be transitive verb. Another one will be what? Intransitive verb. Intransitive verb. Now transitive means all of you. What transitive verb? Transitive verb means with object. Transitive verb means what we may call the verb with object is called transitive verb. And here without object. Here it will be without object, it will be intransitive. Now here with sub object I am giving one example. Suppose he drives a car. Now we know how we can get object. We should ask to the verb using what or whom. So he drives what? Are you getting answer? Yes, that is a car. So using what or whom, if you will ask to the verb, then if you will get any other answer, that will be the object. So here a car will be object. So here the verb with object, verb drive with object a car. That's why here we may call the drive, the verb is transitive. Now you will get the same verb will be intransitive whenever if I change the construction of sentence. He drives slowly. Now whenever I have just galloped to that object, he drives slowly. He drives what? No answer. He drives whom? No answer. He drives how? Then slowly answer will come. So actually it is not the object. It is not the object. So here drive, the verb is intransitive. Okay. So it is clear. Now today's topic of discussion, that is non-finite. Okay. Now non-finite verb will be divided into, into three. Non-finite or infinite verb is divided into three. What are they? First one will be infinitive. First one will be infinitive. Next one will be gerund. G-E-R-U-N-D, and last one will be participle. Okay. Now here infinitive. What is infinitive? Infinitive basically we know one simple infinitive form or the 2 plus v1 form. So again infinitive form will be divided into 4 categories. Okay. What will be the answer? First one will be present infinitive, or we may call simply simple infinitive. Another one will be continuous infinitive. Next one will be perfect infinitive, and last one will be perfect continuous infinitive. Okay. Generally 4 types of infinitive will be there, but in your syllabus only present infinitive or simple infinitive we will discuss. Okay. So what is simple or present infinitive? Let's discuss first. Now simple or present infinitive means, suppose we have already discussed that we study to learn. Now you will get here the form to learn, 2 plus v1 form. Here learn is the v1 form. So whenever we will get that kind of form, that is called simple infinitive or present infinitive. Okay. So we study to learn. So whenever from a construction that to, that preposition will be galloped. Okay. Will be galloped. It will be called bare infinitive or infinitive form without to. Okay. So 2 types of infinitive already in your syllabus you have, so that's why I am writing 2 plus v1 form. It will be the form of infinitive. Very simple. 2 plus v1 form. Whenever you will get any other form, that is called infinitive, simple infinitive. Next we are moving to the next example, that is gerund. Now gerund, basically gerund will play the role of 2 parts of speech. What are they? First one will be verb, as it belongs from the verb, and next one it will act like a noun. That's why it will be called verbal noun. So here verb plus noun, both quality will be there for a noun or for a gerund. So that's why it is called verbal noun. Okay. And here it will be form will be what? v1 plus ing. So here the form is v1 plus ing, gerund. Okay. We will discuss a lot about gerund in the next video. So verb plus noun, mind it here, double parts of speech has been used here. It is originated from verb and it will act like a noun. That's why it will be called verbal noun, gerund. Form will be v plus ing, mind it. Next one, participle. Participle, maximum time we have used, many more time. Present participle, past participle we know. Past participle from v3. Okay, it is quite common. So here participle, we know here it is originated from verb and it will act like like an adjective. So I am writing here like an adjective. That's why it is called verbal adjective. Gerund is called verbal noun. It is called verbal adjective. And participle is again divided into three parts. What are they? First one will be present participle, second one will be past participle, third one will be perfect participle. And all this form we will discuss in the next video. So here the form will be V plus ing or V plus D or ED or T. As you know that past form V3, okay, present participle V plus ing, V plus D, ED, T, it is past participle. So total non-finites division I have cleared in that introductory class of non-finite. In the next video we will learn details about infinitive, gerund and participle. Here I can see V1 plus ing and V1 plus ing, here both the form. Participle also V1 plus ing, gerund also V plus ing, but still there will have some of the differentiation. So what is the difference? For that we should know the next video. Thank you. Have a good day.